What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel FTV Sri Lanka. So today I'm going to be doing, or else I'm going to discuss the fourth lesson of grade 11, which is financial statements of a business. So this is one of the most important, or else this is one of the most very useful lessons of grade 11. That's why I'm doing this lesson for you guys, right? Simply that's why, right? That is the reason. So hope you guys will love this video, will enjoy this video, and hope you guys will learn something new from this video. Before we are moving to this video, I have few messages, right? As always, sometimes you might have known, right? Guys, I'm conducting classes, right, as usual. So I'll mention the relevant details and I'll mention the telephone number as well, right? So secondly, I'll mention the relevant chapters or else relevant timestamp to this video, so you can easily go to the relevant sections, easily go to the relevant parts of this video, and you can literally save your valuable time, right? That's why I'm doing it. So without getting late, let's get started. Lesson number 4, grade 11, financial statements of a business. So in this lesson, we have mainly 4 subtopics to be discussed. Actually, we have only 3, right? Let's see. Introduction to financial statements. So under this, I'll give you a brief understanding to the financial statements, right? So secondly, we have profit or loss statement, and I'll come to that part later, right? Thirdly, we have statement of financial position, and lastly, we have assignments of activities, right? Introduction to financial statements. So first of all, guys, before we are moving to P&L or SOFP, we need a thorough understanding about what are those statements, why do we need to prepare those financial statements, so what is the accounting process, and what includes inside those financial statements, right? Before we are moving to those financial statements, I think that will be ideal, and that is needed. That's why I'm going to introduce those statements. In the accounting process, the business transactions are first recorded into the prime entry books, or else even before we are recording our transactions and events into prime entry books, we need to prepare source documents, right? So after record those transactions into prime entry books, based on those book entries, we can record our transactions into ledger accounts. So our final balances of our ledger accounts can be posted to the trial balance, and then only based on that trial balance we can prepare our financial statements. So that is the summary of the accounting process. So I'm going to draw that process. Okay, first of all, in accounting process we have 3 stages: inputs, process, and output. So in first stage, inputs, as inputs we can consider about what? Accounting transactions and events, right? Okay, so process starts with preparing the source documents. Ari, source documents. Number 2, what? Prime entry books. Number 3, what? After preparing those prime entry books, we can post those transactions into where? Our ledger, right? Ledger. Okay, fourth. What is the fourth one? Based on those entries, we can take the final value or else final addition of those accounts, and that summary can be posted into where? Into the TB, guys, trial balance. So trial balance. Number 5 would be our output, right? So we can directly link that number 5 into here, right, and mention it as financial statements, right? So this is the rough idea of, so I have given you a rough idea. to the accounting process, right? So after understanding about this process, it is easy to prepare the financial statements, right? Okay, let's move. The financial statements are prepared for various business organizations. So we have a lot of various kinds of business organizations. If you can remember, grade 10, third lesson, right? So we had sole proprietorships, partnerships, we discussed actually, right? And we discussed about companies and stated companies. And also other than that, we have non-governmental organizations, right? And state corporations, state companies, state departments, like that. There are a lot of kinds of business organizations. So this chapter focuses only on preparing two financial statements for a sole proprietorship or sole trader type of business organizations. So guys, when it comes to financial statements, so let me move to the previous slide. Output. As output, I mentioned what? Financial statements, right? So always guys, in the accounting process, our output should be the financial statements. But in this lesson, we only discussed about two main financial statements, right? Number one is P&L, profit or loss statement. Number two is SOFP. SOFP stands for Statement of Financial Position. But other than that, there are three more financial statements. So which I'm going to just mention, right? I'm not going to deeply discuss about those statements because in your syllabus, we are considering about those two main financial statements. So number three would be cash flow statement. But before mentioning that cash flow statement, we have comprehensive income statement. Number four would be cash flow statement. And number five would be notes. So if you are billing or else if you are planning to do accounting as a subject for your A-levels, you will be learning these three financial statements as well, right? But under your syllabus or else for grade 11 students, you don't have to study about those three financial statements. We only discussed about these two financial statements, right? Okay, all right. So sole proprietor business prepares two main financial statements to ascertain the operational results and the financial position for a given accounting period as follows. So those are the two kinds of financial statements. All right. Accordingly, to obtain an understanding on the financial performance of the business during a specific period and the financial position as at a particular date, guys, of the business, the financial statements need to be prepared. Okay. The financial statements are prepared to identify the operational result and the financial position of the business. Guys, earlier I mentioned about two main financial statements. So, what is the use of, right? So you may guys ask from me, sir, what is the use of preparing those financial statements? Why do we need to prepare those two financial statements, right? What is the use? You'll simply ask, right? So I'm going to tell you, or else I'm going to mention that reason, guys, right? The financial statements are prepared to identify the operational result. Guys, this operational result means the profit or the loss, final operational result, whether that company earned, right? Whether that company have earned a profit or else whether that company is a loss-making company, right? We can identify by preparing what? P&L statement or else profit or loss statement. So number two, they have mentioned financial position of the business. That means how many assets that business have, or else how many bank loans, how many liabilities that business has. So we can identify those things by looking at the what? By preparing at the what? Financial position statement, or else we can say statement of financial position. Okay. Mainly, financial statements of the business are prepared for specific period of time. So guys, when we discuss or else when we consider preparing those financial statements, we have a specific period of time. So this is known as the accounting period. So for an example, if this is, just assume, if this is the accounting period, right? Accounting period. It only consists how many months? They have mentioned 12 months, guys. 12-month accounting period, right? For an accounting period, it only includes 12 months, right? It can be 1st of January to 31st December, right? Or else it can be 1st of April to 31st March, right? Of the next year, right? It can be varied based on the business. So the financial statements are regarded as the output of the accounting process. So I mentioned it earlier, right? All right, guys, we just read and go. No need to focus much on these parts. Okay, profit or loss statement, guys. So before we are moving to this part, if you guys need a quick break, just take it, pause the video and go and get a break and come back, right? So this will be an important part for you guys because there will be a definite question in your O-level paper as well, right? For an example, if you are willing to do your O-levels on 2020 December, I don't know whether they will conduct the exam, but anyway, there will be a definite question, right? You guys will have to prepare a profit or loss statement. All right. So that's why I'm telling you to focus on this part thoroughly and learn. Okay. So let's move to that part as well.